Welcome to the Stories of Impact, the podcast, where we spotlight the change makers, the dreamers, and doers of tomorrow. Today, we are kicking off our special series featuring the executive committee members of Young Indians, the youth wing of Confederation of Indian Industry. These are the leaders shaping youth disclosure, policy advocacy, innovation, and nation building. Hi, Shashikant.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yes, so how is your experience in YI till now?
It has been such a wonderful experience being a part of this wonderful organization full of such enthusiastic people, including you, who I've just met today. When I moved to Guwahati first, I had this idea of joining an organization where I can build a lot of social links, connections, etc. However, with time, when I came across different organizations, whether it was Lions or other clubs, etc., I came to realize that a lot of them are good for making social connections, but when it comes to value-based impact on society, none of them stand out the way YI does. And when I researched a bit on it, I realized that YI doesn't just enable entrepreneurial goals. You are not just doing better business through it, you are also doing social entrepreneurship through it. You are getting to know people in a way which you wouldn't in other organizations. So I think learning about how different facets of YI work, like we have Masoom, recently we did YIP, etc., has been such an amazing experience. There's so much that I learned which I never thought I would be able to do it again as I did, when I was not in business. So this has been a fantastic experience for me as of now.
So were you a part of any initiative till now?
Yes, I was one of the organizers and a judge for YIP, Young Indian Parliamentarians.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, it was a fantastic event. This was the first time we had students from all across Northeast India partake in the democratization process of our country. There was a mock parliament where students from every corner of Northeast partook in. And it just enabled them to learn so much. And you know what? As organizers, we learned a lot as well. It's a learning experience, a learning curve where both sides learn. And it was so beautiful and so enthusiastic, and we are so excited to even organize it next year because the students who were involved in it were not just private school students, they were also government school students. And the kind of response that we have received, not just from the students but from media at large, has been fantastic. This event has proven that YI can and does make concrete changes in society, changes that we need to enable Northeast greater participation in India's democratic process.
That's true. Coming ahead, what vertical would you like to be a part of? It's only been 3 months since you have known YI as an organization, and it's wonderful how you have been a part of YIP. Like you were an organizer and a judge as well. So it's great. But what else are you looking forward to in YI?
So I have really enjoyed being a part of Thalir. I'm very excited about the work that Masoom is doing as well. Outside that, I'm still exploring what different avenues YI opens up.
Okay.
And in that exploration process, I'm sure I will, opt out for 1, 2, or even more than that.
Yes.
The thing that I'm most excited about is that every day that I have been a part of YI, there's something new which comes up. There's something new, a new endeavor, a new avenue which opens up. And because of that, I am so much full of information. At the same time, this information is useful. So I'm so excited about what the future holds, not just for YI, but YI members like you and I.
Right. That's very true. I actually say this to a lot of people, they are always curious as to what is YI, why are you so active, is it like a cult? I'm like, no, it's not like a cult that I'm promoting it so much, but I always take it as a playground. It's like you are open to so many possibilities that YI provides you a platform to amplify your voice as to whatever you want to do. So yeah, you are open to do anything and explore as much as you want to and be a part of whatever changes that we are bringing in.
Yeah, it is socially stimulating, it is intellectually stimulating, it is epistemically stimulating. You become a multifaceted character once you are a part of an organization like YI.
That's so true. Yes. Yeah. And what change do you think is going to come by the year of 2030?
Oh, that's a very, you have put me in a deep rooted dilemma when you asked me that question, because the number of changes that we would like to see, like in India itself, and there
Yeah.
have been changes which have been progressively coming, you know.
Yeah.
I wrote an article for Pratidin on this where I mentioned how India is becoming more culturally orthodox, but at the same time socially liberal. So, in a way where
Okay.
we are practicing our religion more and more, but we are
Yeah.
opening up to newer ideas like LGBT plus rights,
Right.
patriarchy is being
Right.
dismantled at various corners. Of course, we still have a long, long way to go. But you know, social liberation is happening. Like, you know, we had in 2021, the parliament passed a bill where pregnancy laws were relaxed and abortion laws were laxed, and abortion was extended from 21 months to 24 months.
Yes.
And then the Supreme Court passed another order which allowed single women to have it too. So, you know, while it might seem to be a very small thing because we take it for granted, we are like, oh, it should be there. But for a country, for a post-colonial country like ours, it's a huge leap.
It is.
So
It
while
is.
we are becoming more religiously conservative in the way that we practice religion more, we are becoming socially liberal. At the same time, we do see a lot of
Good thing.
infrastructure development
Yeah.
as well. So a lot of good things are happening. So when I think about 2030, what I think about it, how these changes which are happening on a regular pace can be tweaked a little. So when we speak about infrastructure development, we should speak about sustainable infrastructure development. Right?
Right.
We don't need to cut down every tree to build a road. We need to find a way to exist and coexist with nature, with the different communities in our society, and that coexistence is what I hope for in 2030. Alongside that, I also believe that while we are having a lot of social changes, how can we make those ideas of social change seep through our society to the lower strata, or supposedly lower strata of our
grassroots
society? Yeah, the
level.
grassroots. That is something that we need to focus on.
Yeah.
How are we going to teach kids about good touch, bad touch? How are we going to teach kids about patriarchy, about different sort of human rights? These are things that I believe that we need to work on, and that is something that I hope for 2030. One thing that I realize is that YI, through platforms like Masoom, is doing that. At YIP, we discussed about digital literacy, we discussed about same-sex relationship. At Masoom, we teach the kids about good touch, bad touch. So YI is not just in the back benches. YI is literally driving the car to make this sort of social changes come true in our society. So I think YI is taking us forward towards the vision that its members have for 2030 India.
That's nice. Yeah. That's a really good take you have. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
joining us. Yes.